a lot of you out there, quite certain that you're wondering about my absence off of YouTube. And I'm not gonna lie, but just gonna go ahead and say, it's because I've really been getting harassed by really, really evil, bad entities and spirits, like really, really fucking bad. Just this past week, like I'm gonna say it right now, as part of the Occalas curse, what they like to do is, from what I understand in the spirit world, impose eat the Occalas alcohol urges on you and make you want to succumb to alcohol urges that will in turn cause you to fall asleep, have your consciousness dead, which totally disables your spiritual protection from being able to help you, in other words, as entity attachments of your higher self, your higher selves, your spirit guides, and all of that resides in your consciousness, in your body. Entity attachments of them reside in your body, and they act as telephones for you to be able to call on them so that you can be able to get help. As a matter of fact, I'm going to tell you this right now. When I was in jail, when this curse first broke, I noticed that my higher self at the time, which was falsely Barbara, the roach attachment, what these people like to do is they get their roach attachments to go and bully your higher selves into signing soul contracts so that they can be able to commandeer control of your consciousness, your mind, as well as your blessings and your spiritual powers and abilities. With that being said, she would call on a telephone in the astral plane that's connected to your consciousness. I just saw like a bright blue aura around my cell phone. Sky blue, kind of like the color. I was trying to dye it, bleach it sky blue of my hair. With that being said, sorry, man, I'm trying my best to articulate. I succumbed to one of those drinking urges. And to make a long story short, next thing I know, I can't stand this shit because I feel like these spirits are trying to take control of my mind. Next thing I know, I wake up and I find out that even though I'm still thankfully in a physical body, thankfully I'm still alive, I'm nothing more than my consciousness. A lot of parts of my astral body got taken out. A lot of aspects of my spiritual powers, my abilities got destroyed and taken out. To make a long story short, one of the consciousnesses that they're after, a lot of my consciousnesses got taken out, including my Baron Samedi, was the consciousness of my child consciousness, my baby consciousness, which I've been getting harassed by various spirits and entities to take out. And to make a long story short, I've had to put a lot of spiritual work to get that back. And I could hear my baby self, my astral baby self, crying and begging for help. Alone with a cherub spirit guide that I have that's connected to it, to that consciousness. You know, from what I understand, in the astral plane, they were raping her, torturing her, putting her in roach realms where she was being filled with cockroaches, and me being denied the opportunity to be able to get it back. Like, I'm going to tell you exactly what's going on. From what I understand, I hate this shit, man, because I'm being confused by evil spirits as I fucking speak. With that being said, I was just listening to them just now, man, and they were saying something that designed to fuck with my mind and all of that, and I hate having to deal with this shit, having to combat this shit. Say something right now, man. I'm getting really disgusted by these things. Are really fucking messing with my motherfucking head, and it's getting to the point where, you know, I'm gonna go ahead and say this: if you're ever dealing with a curse like this, where it deals with your consciousness, take iron tablets. Iron tablets do something in the astral plane to increase your consciousness. If it starts to get diluted to the point, especially like what I experienced a couple of days ago in my sleep, where I nearly died in my sleep, take iron tablets. It increases your consciousness, keeps entities from being able to fuck with you and cause you problems and so forth and so on. And, you know, makes it harder for them to be able to pull you out of your body. In other words, it increases your consciousness, and the stronger your consciousness, the more you're able to fight them entities off. And I actually heard, I believe, from certain people who took that advice from me a long time ago, that it actually helped them out. With that being said, I'm being fucked with by these evil ass spirits royally, man. They confusing the fuck out of my mind, my consciousness. Anyways, I woke up that morning, like, I'm not gonna lie when I say this, with nothing, with barely anything. You know, I'm just gonna do a short version of this video, and then I'm gonna do a longer version tomorrow, much longer one. But I'm just gonna get straight to the point. You know, right now, you know, they do this where they basically tell you that these things fuck with your mind. You know, they'll tell you, oh, you should have, you know, don't do that, don't do that. And next thing you know, You know, they'll do something where they fuck with your perception and all of that. But then next thing you know, they'll tell you, "Oh, you should have did this." It's fucked up, man. It's fucked up what I'm having to deal with. Hold on. I hate this shit, man, because it feels like you gotta fucking maneuver in your own fucking mind. Like you can't have freedom of expression or freedom of fucking thoughts. Like, I'm just gonna go ahead and go into detail and say it. Aside from the fact that when I woke up the next, during the night of Monday, this past Monday, not this past Monday, but the Monday before, I had my wallet stolen and every fucking thing. I have a entity attachment. His name is Alex Beecher that causes me a lot of problems. He'll cause the drinking urges, and then when you succumb to it and you give in, next thing you know, bad shit happens to you. Like I had my wallet stolen with my ID and everything, and this motherfucker's trying to make me forget shit, crucial shit, so I don't report on these evil ass things, but because I'm being fucked with bad, I'm being harassed really fucking bad by this sadistic ass shit. From what I understand about Alex Beecher, he's an entity attachment that, from what I understand, I acquired back in 2016. I'll show you his picture again. And I actually talked about him on my blog going back to 2022, right before the curse started. They're trying to fuck with me right now so I don't get this video out. That's why you don't see me doing a lot of videos. I feel controlled, very, very controlled. I should just start putting shit out there on Front Street and just start shaming the fucking devil and just start speaking my truth. This is. Anyways, I awoke to finding a lot of my shit in the astral plane taken. A lot of my stuff. A lot of my stuff removed to where I was reduced to nothing but my consciousness. And I called on various spirit guides, various people to try to help rebuild me and put me back together. Because it's just been, especially with that entity attachment coming back, Alex Beecher, it's just been getting really fucking bad. Just this past week, a couple of days ago, I was walking. And next thing I know, they had a brother, who rolled up on me, and he was talking a whole lot of gibberish. And I'm just, I'm trying to concentrate on doing something about this curse. Because like I say, this shit deprives you of your free fucking will. Aside from the fact that it kills you in your sleep damn near, I nearly died in my sleep because of this shit a couple of times. Because these things, these roach attachments that I'm dealing with, according along with the entity attachments, what they'll do is they'll remove your consciousness, rearrange it, and so forth and so on, and fuck it up. I don't want to make this video too long. But anyways, with that being said, I gotta stop letting these things manipulate my head. With that being said, what these things like to do is, like I was mentioning, they'll cause you problems when you're on the verge of escaping the curse. I mean, to keep a long story short, I have a bunch of fucking energy vampires. A bunch of them come from Malibu, some of them from my old neighborhood, that want to covet my spiritual powers and blessings and keep that imprisoned. And so I've been going back and forth trying to fight that ever fucking sense, and the way they do it is by rearranging and fucking with your consciousness, controlling, like I nearly had Baron Samedi and Alex Beecher do to me, your consciousness, your words, your mind, what you say, so that they can commandeer absolute control of your blessings and so forth and so on. With that being said, now I'm going to say this right now. We all in the astral plane. We all have motherboards that we're connected to, and I've talked about that before in the past. With that being said, I awoke to finding nothing but evil ass entity attachments accrued on my motherboard, like straight up evil ass entity attachments. Oh, this is what I want to mention about the brother. I nearly got into a fight with him. Whenever you have Alex, what I got around me, Alex Beecher, Baron Samedi around you, it caused a lot of friction between you and other people. This is why I mentioned, because, without going into too much detail right now, I just want to get straight to the point in this video. And then tomorrow I'm probably going to do a more elongated version of it. But I have to work on trying to get a lot of my shit back. There's frequencies you can use to do that. There's 1714 hertz frequency. To escape from hell realms, 125 hertz along with 1185 hertz. I find myself having to resort to that because these motherfuckers will disable your ability to be able to use frequency at times, or will try to steal your powers and so forth, which has happened to me. But anyways, I found on my motherboard in the astral plane, first off, Baron Samedi has been trying to disconnect me from my original timelines as much as possible so that Zendaya can be able to get the blessings that I'm supposed to get. She actually, from what I understand, signed a soul contract with the Occalas in exchange for my blessings and put my poor parents, along with myself included, from what I understand, she knew me as being the topless lady who lived out there on the PCH in Malibu. Put me and my family up as collateral, in exchange for getting my blessings, pretty much selling our souls, me and my ancestors and my family's souls, so she can get what I got. And from what I'm understanding, man, this goes all the way back to 2016, and I'm going to get to that in a couple of minutes. But anyways, in an effort to try to estrange me from my original timelines as much as possible, Baron Samedi, really, his name is, I'm finding out the name of the Native American out there in Malibu. His name is Mickey Addison, and he has a son by the name of, I saw it tonight, Nicholas Addison. And his son, by the way, he works at a library, I believe in Malibu. He's like a short, fat, stocky, young, he's supposed to be Native American, but looks white. I saw him in the astral plane one time through, I believe, their memories, because these roach attachments will do something where they rearrange your memories with other people. It's scary. It's a scary fucking curse to be under. And it's serious. It's real. Where he was taking a shower with Nini Ocala, who's a big old fat German woman. But I'm kind of wondering what the fuck she really is in the astral plane. But anyways, to make a long story short, I can't do this shit anymore. But anyways, to make a long story short, these things keep confusing me and every fucking thing else. But anyways, to make a long story short, uh, anyways, trying to continue on to make a long story short, it's a fucking shame what I'm going through. From what I understand, to preserve my blessings and timelines for the people who sacrificed me. Oh yeah, this is what I want to talk about. There's a shaman out there in Malibu who also was instrumental in putting this curse on me. His name is his son looks like this, and he's supposed to be in his 70s. His son looked like he's like 20 something or 30 something, young man who works at the library. I'll show you the picture. Part of me, if I stop, because it's like I got shit that's trying to control what I fucking say. With that being said, all right, I got to get this evil ass shit off of me, man, because I just feel like I feel like a fucking fish in a fucking bowl, and this is some evil ass fucking shit to get afflicted with. Like I say, it not only fucks up your consciousness, but it fucks with your head. Anyways, to make a long story short, you know, that Native American shaman, Mickey Addison, from what I understand, he's one of the people that's involved in putting the curse on me. He's like supposed to be in his 70s or 90s or something. He got 71. He has a son by the name of I saw Nicholas Addison. I'm not sure as to what to make out about. I mean, I hate this shit, man, because it just. This is just I don't like this shit, man, because it just goes too much into like what you fucking thinking. You're disrupting your flow. It just certain things you ain't supposed to be fucking knowing, and this shit. These things are like fucking piranhas, man. The minute they find out some new aspect of your consciousness and stuff, they jump on it, they hop on it, devour it, and cause you to lose your consciousness, man. I hate this fucking curse. I got to get this shit off. You know, it's total fucking hell having to fucking deal with this shit. But anyways, to make a long story short, you know, that asshole Addison put an entity attachment. I believe it either comes from him or else this biker right here, who's from what I understand, he's part of the fraternal order of Freemasons, and he lives out there in Malibu. He's an Arabic biker. I'll go ahead and show you his picture. He put a demon on me by the name of Galbraith, who is an extension of Asmodeus, a demon by the name of Asmodeus. That's been causing me total hell, that likes the possession and all of that. He's one of the people from Malibu that's involved in putting this curse on me. You know, they didn't like me. They didn't like me walking around topless and all of that. A lot of them found out through the Occalas, through some blog that they post online on the dark web about my spiritual abilities and blessings and all of that, and they wanted to cover it. You know, all I can say is that it's like a fucking confederation of like really evil, devious, wicked ass fucking people that just want to fucking, energy vampire off of me and piranha off of me for the rest of my motherfucking life. It's hell. It's literally fucking hell to have damn near your fucking free will and your consciousness be deprived of you and knowing what you could have fucking been. With that being said, he put that entity attachment. It's a very vocal entity attachment. I've been using, I'm going to tell you the frequencies to use to be able to get rid of that motherfucker. I'm trying to think off the top of my head. There's a very, very powerful one. I use it. If anybody tries to disable your ability to use frequency, use 34,000 hertz frequency to break that. But 1449 hertz frequency is very, very, very good and very effective. Another one is 150, I believe it's 159 or 154 hertz combined with 134 hertz. That's also a very good frequency to use to be able to battle an entity attachment. Another one that was very, very effective is 11,810 hertz. One time me and a couple of other spirit guides that, were helping me out at the time, they came through for me and they used that frequency, and, all of us together, and we totally removed it. And there's another one that you can use that can teleport the motherfucker right out of you. I'm thinking 1714 hertz is a good one. There's another one, and it's a spectrum of it, but they're going to try to disable your ability to use frequency. Like, I'm going to tell you this right now. The reason why I don't do a lot of videos is because I hear from their roach attachments as well as from the entity attachments, that they put in you, that the minute you start talking about certain things on YouTube, they'll use that to try to further harass you and fuck with you. The physical people who put this curse on me, as I've heard through the entity attachments. There's another one that's very good that you can use to be able to teleport shit out of you. It's 2211 hertz. Is a very good one. Again, if they try to disable your ability to use frequency, 34,000 hertz frequency is your friend. Like I said, I've been getting intimidated and harassed spiritually by their entities, their roach attachments, into not saying anything about them. And it's just getting to the point where I'm just like, they're trying to deprive me of who the fuck I am. They're trying to change me into something I motherfucking am not. And I'm not going to let that fucking shit happen. Like, I did a video, tonight, but without going into detail, I felt, I wish I can get back to my old self. And that's one of the fucking things that these people put this shit on me fucking covered. They hate the fact that I'm not like the fucking old, that like I kept hearing them say, I want you to change your consciousness. Woo, woo. They hate who I am and they want to change that out of jealousy. I heard in the astral plane, Nini Ocala, that's how them motherfuckers look. I believe the first one could be them. I'm not 100% certain. I heard her talking in the astral plane about how she was going to put a curse on a young Mexican girl for going topless, for having a really, really nice body. Saying, I want you to get pregnant at the age of 21 and all sorts of ignorant ass sadistic shit. I'm dealing with some real evil ass motherfucking people who, if I had half the fucking chance, I would fucking motherfucking kill. Like I said, it's just, it's like a, it's like a concert team of really evil ass, wicked fucking people. Let me see what today's date is, Wednesday. Really evil motherfucking people. Without going into too much detail, I had my dad's higher self helping me out. Anyways, I saw that my father, I don't like this shit, man. I don't like this shit at all. I'm trying to remember what I needed to say, and I'm being told, if you say this, hold on. You know, anyways, with that being said, I had a nightmare recently where my father was stuck in the hell realm. I hate this shit. I hate this shit, man, because it's like my fucking identity is being deprived of me and every fucking thing else. Shit, I can't express it right now, man, but I'm in a lot of motherfucking pain. It's like I'm in hell in my own fucking mind, man. This shit gotta fucking end. These things gotta fucking go. I kind of stuck out with this shit, to resolve problems that were going on in my life. Cause I'm like, like when I lived on the PCH, I had a modicum of fame, but I ain't getting any fucking where. And I found out, these motherfuckers stole my blessings. So I'm trying to stay in the astral plane in a way so I can resolve this shit, man. But it's fucking sadistic. It's like these things try to bar me from teaching y'all shit and every fucking thing else, that I know, by intimidating me saying that that's going to get copy blocked. If you use that frequency, if you tell people to use it, get the fuck out of here. I'm just going to start slamming fucking videos out there. Fuck it. Fuck it. That's why I want to go ahead and make this video short. Hold on a second. Anyways, I had my dad's higher self helping me. The next thing I know, I saw my dad looking very fucked up, like with his bones sticking out in his head and all of that, kind of like how I look in the astral plane. I look very fucked up, very terrible. I hate these motherfuckers for what they fucking did to me, man. It's fucking spite and fucking jealousy, nothing fucking more. And I want to kill these motherfuckers for this shit. I want their asses fucking dead for this fucking shit. It pisses me off. But anyways, I saw my fucking dad looking fucked up, and I felt right away, right before I woke up, that he was going to end up in the hell realm. So that's when I took it, upon myself to make changes, alterations in the spirit world, so that he don't stay stuck in no hell realm and all that shit. With this shit that I got on me, man, you start to question your own words that you fucking choose. You feel like I said before, man, you feel like you have no fucking freedom of thought. Anyways, to make a long story short, after blacking out, my ancestors, entity attachments of especially that cherub spirit guide, all of them got fucking removed. And I couldn't find them in the astral plane. If they take them out the astral plane, I'm going to try to think of, there's actually frequencies you could use, but they're high-ass fucking frequencies. We're talking about in the millions that you can use to be able to get your shit back again. If they try to disable your shit, which their roach attachments will do, their roach attachments actually do something where they can fuck you up, but you can't fuck them up. You can't find them in the astral plane. It gets aggravating having to deal with that shit. And then when you try to post a video talking about them, they intimidate you into talking about their asses. They'll, threaten you by saying this will be the outcome, or, woo this and woo that. But anyways, to make a long story short, I'm just going to go ahead and go into detail about, what I need to talk about. It's a consortium of very evil-ass, sinister motherfucking people. And I've been doing my research on this shit all motherfucking week. One of the people I got wind of who put this curse on me, it's these people here. Now, I'm going to say this right now. One of them is called Nina Benvenides, which reminds me a lot of Nini Occalas. And it's funny, too. Nini Occalas, the other one is named Bernard or something, Brandon Occalas. Brandon Benavides. And I found them, they were actually the people who, how do I say this without sounding fucking crazy? To make a long story short, through their roach attachments, and through an entity attachment, we set it up in the spirit world so I can meet them in person and fuck their asses up. They drive a Range Rover, it's brown. All right, it's B425 SAB. To make a long story short, I was supposed to see where they're at again through psychic communication. I was able to hear and find out where they're going to be at out here in South Central in the astral plane. Now, for a long time, I don't want to say too fucking much because I got a Hispanic roommate. I kept getting told, and I heard from my spirit guides that they're Hispanic. They're Hispanic, even though in the astral plane, just like I do, I present as white in the astral plane, blonde hair, blue eyes, and everything. They kept saying that they're Hispanic. With that being said, I kept hearing their roach attachment say excitedly, along with my spirit guides. I even had a spirit guide say they're Hispanic, excitedly say, hey, it's them, it's them, it's them. And so I saw them two motherfuckers come out. And right by the room where they were posted at, I kept hearing the entity attachment, Alex Beecher, talking, saying, lie down, don't say anything, shh, woo woo woo. And when they came out, I was shocked. I'm like, these two motherfuckers? And I can't see it. I just can't motherfucking see it. I couldn't see it. But I saw in the astral plane that they were connected to, the big German woman I kept seeing, the guy with the bald head, Alex, you know, Ethan Occalas, Ethan Applewhite. He actually looks a lot like a guy who I saw as a client back in Miracle Mile. It's a long story, but I'm trying to connect the dots here. Again, he looks like that. And Mickey Addison, the old Native American who looks more like an Eskimo Inuit, was like 70 or something. He likes to keep people and their ancestors in jars in the astral plane like he's done to mine. These are some sadistic, sick motherfuckers. And, like I said, what they did to one of my spirit guides, a child, I want to fucking kill their asses for it. They totally deprived her and raped her of her fucking spiritual abilities and all of that, and killed her, tried to kill her in her sleep and all that other shit, and do all sorts of malicious shit, and from what I'm gathering, these motherfuckers plan on fucking with my consciousness every single fucking day. you know, and it reminds me of that fucking film Saw, where they play games with your fucking head and keep pulling and reeling you in. And when I do videos like this to emancipate myself, they'll try to manipulate what I have to say, but they'll tell you things like, oh, you got to do this to get this, and woo 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 and la 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 la. I feel like they're trying to aim for total fucking control, like what happened this motherfucking week. And I'm not having it. I'm not gonna let that shit, happen. Oh, God, man. So with that being said, I'm trying to delve into the derivation of all this shit. I know for a fact that the curse got first placed on me back in 2015, 2016, back in my old neighborhood in Miracle Mile. Now, I keep hearing the word David Rayner, David Rayner, David Rayner. And from what I understand, David Rayner, there was a psychic or something by the name of David Rayner who put this shit on me. And at the time, I used to see, back when I was an escort, when I used to do that, I don't do that anymore. I was under very, very heavy curses by Baron Samedi, the voodoo lord of death who wanted to covet my spiritual abilities and powers. He he put me under heavy curses to do that shit. So don't approach me about that shit. Don't come up to me about that shit. I don't want to be bothered with that shit. Leave me alone about that shit. With that being said, I have one guy who I used to see. His name, I believe, is Ethan Applewhite. Ethan Applewhite. He looks exactly like the Alex Beecher entity. From what I understand, he came in 2016, and became attached to me as an entity attachment, and started causing me to have problems with people, have issues with people, and so forth and so on. He's an entity that tries to possess you and tries to commandeer control of your mind, your consciousness, your body, and so forth and so on. So, with that being said, he came in 2016, right along the same time in which I saw that guy. And when I started having a serious string of bad luck with me getting beat up at a fucking artist loft by a bunch of people who later stole my blessings.